Ohtani's a special player. Ohtani is a player that I don't think we're gonna see. It's one of the kind. I don't think we're gonna see a guy like that in a while. You know, because he's a complete package.
I mean, superhuman. I mean, this guy, they are just talking about making adjustment from 2018 that I saw him for the first time to now. Man, it's just pretty special.
It's what he's able to do on the baseball field. No one's seen before, especially at this day and age. So, yeah, that's just been incredible.
今回ご紹介するのは MLB で指名打者 DH というポジションを極めたレジェンドや、あるいは今も第一線で活躍する現役選手たちの証言。殿堂入り打者デビッド・オルティス氏、最優秀指名打者賞の名を冠するエドガー・マルティネス氏、エンゼルス時代にチームメイトとして大谷選手を間近に見たアルバート・プホルス氏、そして現役の強打者たちが大谷選手についての本音を語ります。 DH とは本来打つことだけに集中するポジション。走塁も守備もそれほど求められてきませんでした。ところが大谷選手が登場して以来、そのポジションの常識は根底から覆されました。史上初の50-50、そして投打二刀流 DH として前人未到の記録を打ち立て続ける大谷選手を前に、歴代の DH たちはどんな言葉を残したのでしょうか。ぜひ最後までお楽しみください。デビッド・オルティス氏、ビッグパピの愛称で親しまれたボストンレッドソックスの元主砲です。キャリア20年で通算541本塁打、ワールドシリーズ制覇3度、2022年には野球殿堂入りを果たしました。そんなオルティス氏が現役時代に抱え続けた不満が、まさに DH への偏見でした。 DH とは打つことだけに専念し守備はしないポジション。 MLB 誕生以来そう定義されてきたこのポジションには、長年一つの呪いのような現実がありました。どれだけ圧倒的な打撃成績を残しても守備をしないという理由で MVP 評価が下がる。打つだけの選手に最大の栄誉を与えるべきではない。そんな空気が MLB に漂い続け、1911年に MVP 表彰が始まって以来100年以上 DH として完全専任で MVP を取った選手はただの一人もいませんでした。2024年シーズン、その歴史がついに塗り替えられるかもしれない瞬間が来ました。史上初の50-50を達成し、打率、本塁打、打点、盗塁の全てでリーグ最高水準をマークした大谷選手。それでもなお、メッツのショート、フランシスコ・リンドーア選手が毎日守備に立つ姿を引き合いに、DH が MVP にふさわしいかという論争が続いていました。DH 専任として史上初の MVP。その瞬間を前にして、オルティス氏がマイクの前で声を上げたのです。
Ohtani's season, I noticed that when you hit 54 home runs one year, you stole one base. So, what do you remember about that stolen base there, David?
I got an standing ovation once I made it to second base. I got an standing ovation from everybody. It was like, I guess I do something special.
You have 17 career steals in 20 years.
That was not my game.
No.
But I tell you what. So the other day, I went into a podcast here in the Dominican, and I said something that it got all twisted once it got out there. And what I say was, I want to see how MLB was going to play it out, not giving Ohtani an MVP this year, because while I was playing, I said, they always looking at me as a one-dimension type of player, and that's why I never got one, even having the numbers. So Ohtani's a special player. Ohtani is a player that I don't think we're going to see. It's one of the kind. I don't think we're going to see a guy like that in a while. You know, because he's a complete package. And I was looking at his numbers the other day. This guy had 50 stolen bases, and he got caught like 4 times. That is stupid. That is, like, seriously, I mean, if he doesn't get an MVP this year, and then I would really think that there's something against DH that are not allowed to win an MVP.
Yeah, and I remember, but he doesn't have somebody who put up numbers like A-Rod did to you. And like, there's nobody close to Ohtani. If you had somebody, then maybe they could make an argument, but I don't think anybody's close to Ohtani where they're going to hold being a DH against him like they did you.
Well, I got my years. Even having guys like A-Rod putting on numbers, you know. But the thing is that what people don't focus on is that guys like Ohtani, he had the leverage and the ability to give a whole lineup stability, chemistry, leadership. I mean, there's so many things. While I play, I have to do so many things that the only thing that people focus on was the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I had to create balance. I had to take pressure away from some of the players. You know, I have to do so many things. Plus, I have to do what I have to do on the field. So I guess, I mean, that doesn't matter to so many people. But if you talk to teammates, if you go around the Los Angeles Dodgers, they're going to give you things that you don't see it on camera, but Ohtani is capable of accomplishing all that. You know what I'm saying? So I know that Lindor is having an amazing season. He put the Mets back on the map. But Ohtani's number are like in another type of level, seems like.
Do you ever say to A-Rod, let me have my MVP back?
No. I don't even care. You know, it was what it was, and you know, like people sometimes we hear me saying this thing and they might think I'm struggling with not winning MVP back then. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? My time is fast. I had a wonderful career. I'm a Hall of Famer. I mean, you don't get to that very easy. You know, you have to put so many things together to get there. So, but I'm a baseball analysis now, and I commentate about baseball and I say what I think it should be the right thing. Other than that, you know, it is what it is.
自身がキャリア20年で盗塁17回。だからこそ50盗塁という数字の異次元差がリアルに伝わってきますね。MVP への評価が遅れ続けた自身の苦い経験を重ねながら、それでも DH だからという偏見への怒りをにじませるオルティス氏。結末はご存知の通り、大谷選手はこの年 DH 専任として史上初の MVP を満票で獲得しました。100年以上破られなかった壁をついに打ち破ったのです。オルティス氏はこの発言について翌月の MVP 発表後に改めてこう説明しています。
Ohtani es en otro planeta que está.
Y se ve tan buen tipo.
No, es que es tremendo tipo. Ohtani es tremendo tipazo. Si tú conoces a Ohtani, tú vas a conocer una persona humilde, un muchacho grande. ¿Me está entendiendo? Y con una sensibilidad y una admiración enorme. ¿Me entiendes? Y por eso le dan ese contrato. Además de que ese tipo pichá y batía. Molo, es que tú no te imaginas lo que es la rutina de un pitcher y un bateador.
Yo te estoy escuchando, yo no tengo los conocimientos del béisbol, por eso yo dije al principio de este podcast, yo no los tengo, yo te estoy escuchando.
Yo te voy a poner claro, yo te voy a poner claro con eso.
Si no lo respeto, soy un pendejo.
Yo no tenía tiempo, el tiempo a mí no me daba para mi rutina como bateador solamente. Ahora imagínate tú, yo siendo bateador
y filial.
Y pitcher abridor. No es ni siquiera pitcher del bullpen, porque la rutina del pitcher abridor es más larga que la del pitcher del bullpen. Y Ohtani tiene la habilidad de controlar las dos posiciones. Pero no di que, ok, yo juego esta posición y soy un jugador mediocre en esta posición. No. Él es el mejor designado. Y entre los pitches está en el top 10.
Dominante.
Nasty. O sea, entonces cuando tú piensas en el contrato de los 700 millones, tú piensas en que firmaron a dos jugadores en uno. Porque en realidad son dos jugadores que están firmando en uno. Yo tuve un juego una vez, cuando Ohtani estaba con Anaheim, que vinieron a Boston. Él estaba bateando segundo. En el primer turno la sacó. Y después vino a pichar y ponchó a los tres bateadores. eso yo me lo gasté en un inning. Ya, yo estaba ready para irme para mi casa. Yo estaba ready para irme para mi casa.
Pero sí, pero tú reconoces el juego, lo difícil que y complejo que es.
Es que ese tipo es un unicornio. Tú no vas a ver otra cosa así. Tú puedes ser que tú veas, para que tú sepas, para MLB, date la oportunidad de que tú juegues las dos posiciones. Tú tienes que ser un loco. Tú tienes que estar en tu propia burbuja. Porque es que esa... Yo me voy más lejos. Yo creo que lo que él hace, nada más lo puede hacer un asiático. Por la disciplina de ellos.
Ya.
Porque es que yo no veo forma de que tú puedas ser tan bueno en las dos cuando tu reloj nada más tiene 24 horas. Eso es algo que esta es la hora. Yo le tengo un respeto a ese muchacho increíble por eso, porque es que es algo que... Y otra cosa que voy a poner claro aquí en este podcast. Yo no estaba mandándole fuego a Ohtani cuando yo hablé los otros días. Lo que pasa es que todos lo tergiversan. Yo lo que dije fue... Yo puse buenos números cuando yo jugué y nunca me dieron un MVP. Yo voy a ver si MLB va a jugar esa misma carta con la temporada que está teniendo Ohtani. O sea, yo entendía que él se tenía que ganar el MVP. Va, que ya lo dieron el MVP.
Para MVP, Lindor
y Ohtani están en la batalla. Pero el sonido de aquel lado es Ohtani.
Sí, es obvio.
El sonido que todo el mundo está allá afuera es Ohtani. Ahora, vuelvo y te repito. Yo, cuando hablé de eso, dije... Él se lo merece porque él está poniendo los números. Igual que como se lo merece mi hermanito Lindor, que se tiró ese equipo de los Mets encima. Ahora, lo que yo no veo correcto es que a él lo juzgaran porque es designado como me jugaron a mí en mi tiempo. Eso fue todo.
打者としてのルーティンだけで精一杯だった。これはオルティス氏だからこそ言える言葉です。プロスポーツ史上最高額となる総額7億ドルの契約を実際に2人の選手分と表現するあたり、殿堂入り打者として大谷選手の二刀流の価値を誰よりも正確に理解しているのでしょう。アルバート・プホルス氏、通算700本塁打以上、3度の MVP 受賞、11度のオールスター選出と輝かしい実績を誇り、殿堂入りが確実視されているレジェンドの一人です。そんなプホルス氏は2017から18年のエンゼルス時代に大谷選手のチームメイトとして直接関わった経験を持ちます。まだ大谷選手が日本から来たばかりの頃、若き二刀流がどんな学び方をしていたかを明かしてくれました。
Break down his swing, gentlemen. What do you got?
It makes him very special that he can strike out all those guys. But listen, when you have Albert Pujols here, one of the greatest hitters of all time, which I watched firsthand out there in the NL Central, I was like, wow, this guy's incredible. We got to break down Ohtani. And Albert, I'm so excited because, you got a chance to see this guy when he first came in the league. I mean, that first day. When you look back at Ohtani, what's different about him now than when he first came into the league?
Well, for me, I think the adjustment that he has made was he got a little bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, like strong, he learned the league. I mean, this guy is really smart. I mean, he writes things down. And from the first time I met him in 2018, 17, whenever we got it with the Angels, I had an opportunity to work out with him before we went to spring training. And I saw the talent. And I remember when we got to spring training, he was struggling, high leg kick, and he was just getting adjusted to the big league level, from being in Japan. And the media were talking about, hey, this guy, the Angel made a mistake, and here we are, probably one of the best, if not the best player in the game right now and the most excited.
Of all time. When I looked at some comps, I want to show you a comp here. You talk about what Ohtani is doing. He's leading the league and everything. But I want to go back to your three best years, too, because, you go back to 2008, 2010. Look at these comparisons. It actually is incredible. 2 MVPs during this span. But you look right here, look at that OPS plus, exactly the same. The slug is so similar, and all the stats of how you guys drive in runs. And when I look at Ohtani, it feels like a little bit from the left side. You can roll the tape now, but obviously you talked about it first, Shahads. Hey man, listen, Albert can't do this. I couldn't do this. No one could do this besides Babe Ruth was punch guys out. But when you look at Shohei Ohtani and you go back to you, Albert, I mean, just the way this guy. how simple he is at the plate. The fact that he can drive the ball left center, right center, dead center, really has such command of the strike zone, just like you did. And I love when you go back, man, you guys were teammates.
Yeah.
You guys were teammates.
Yeah, I mean, and one thing, my experience on the mound wasn't too good. I got a 45 ERA, so that time that I got on the mound, so it wasn't too good. But to me, I remember, in spring training, when his first spring training, and I saw Ohtani follow me around for the first 2 or 3 weeks of spring training and never asked me any question until one day, he came in the cage and he asked me about why did I do the tip top?
Yeah, roll it forward because I want to show. I have a split screen coming.
Yeah.
So
he asked me about it, and I was like, well, that's how I hit. That's what I've been doing. My whole time, my whole career. Especially with 2 strikes, just come naturally. It wasn't something that I did all the time because early in the count, I used to have a little leg kick with 2 strikes. That's when that tip toe came more often for me.
Yeah.
And he asked me about it, and I shared, there's something that I don't work on it just comes naturally. And then all of a sudden, Ohtani started doing it. I mean, later on in that season, he started doing it because when he got to the league, he had a high leg kick.
Yeah.
And he was getting jammed. He didn't get that front foot down in time, especially for the breaking ball. So he saw that he was struggling. And sooner or later, he started doing that tip toe right there.
Go ahead and show us, Al, what you're talking.
Well, his front side. If you look at right here, his front side. He started doing this little thing, and he started feeling comfortable. I mean, and I don't want to take any credit of that. Yeah. All his credit is going to Ohtani making the adjustment that he had to do.
But look how similar.
When you look at that, he felt that he was getting jammed, and that put him into a strong position, and he understood that he doesn't have to pull the ball to hit the ball out of the ballpark. I mean, when he's good, this guy go from pole to pole, hit the ball to left field, to center field, to right field, and he understood that. He understood that he's so strong that if he can just let the ball get deep and be in a good balanced position to make a good swing, he's gonna hit the ball out of the ballpark. I mean, it's pretty impressive what he has done over the last, 6 or 7 years. The adjustment that he made, not just with the language, but getting strong, learning the league, and then getting in that mound, every 5th or 6th days. It's pretty special.
俺は手柄を取る気はない。プホルス氏はそう言いながら、大谷選手が自らの感覚で吸収し、進化させたことを強調しました。レジェンドの打撃を黙って観察し、盗み、自分のものにする。この学習への貪欲さこそが大谷選手の強さの源泉なのかもしれません。さらにプホルス氏は、2026年4月のインタビューでも大谷選手への驚きを更新していました。
Shohei Ohtani.
Superhuman. I mean, this guy, they are just talking about making adjustment from 2018 that I saw him for the first time to now. Man, it's just pretty special. Once again, a guy that knew that the leg kick wasn't going to work for him here. And now he just do that little tap toe. And then on top of that, every 5 or 6 days, getting on the mound and giving you 6 and 7 innings. I mean, I know they keep talking about Babe Ruth and all that, but I don't know if Babe Ruth was pitching the way that Shohei Ohtani was pitching. I mean, and putting those numbers. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, this guy is one of those guys like Aaron Judge and like Mike Trout that if you at the ballpark and you need to go to the bathroom or you need to go get something, don't do it when those guys are hitting because they're going to do something special and you're going to miss it.
Last week, I was texting with someone Pedro Martinez, about the idea that Ohtani can maintain. He threw last in his first start of the year only 42% fastballs, and he was able to maintain touch and feel, 74 curveball, 99 fastball, and he's doing that while being a full-time DH. It's crazy.
プホルス氏が初めて大谷選手を見た2018年から8年。その間ずっと驚きが更新され続けています。エドガー・マルティネス氏。DH 専任という概念を確立した伝説的指名打者で、エドガー・マルティネス賞という名誉ある賞の名を冠するレジェンドです。エドガー・マルティネス賞はもともと最優秀指名打者賞として1973年に創設され、 エドガー・マルティネス氏の功績を称えて2004年に改名されました。大谷選手はこの賞を2021年に初受賞して以来、2022年、2023年とア・リーグで3年連続受賞。2024年にドジャースへ移籍してからはナ・リーグでも受賞し、史上初めて両リーグでこの賞を獲得した唯一の選手となりました。そして2025年には5年連続受賞を達成。歴代最多はオルティス氏の8回、2位がこの賞の名を冠するエドガー・マルティネス氏本人の5回。大谷選手は2025年時点でマルティネス氏に並んでいます。その授与者であるマルティネス氏が2024年の授与式でこう語りました。
Let's go ahead and look at the next group of winners. Let's see who the best DH is. And to see who the best DH is, we asked one of the best DHs in the business. I told you I was going to give you the money.
Hello, Las Vegas. Thank you for having me. It is an honor to be the namesake of Major League Baseball Award honoring Baseball Best DH. I'm the winner of the 2024 Edgar Martinez Outstanding Designated Hitter. Is a player whose historic season stretched the imagination of what a DH can be at the plate and on the bases. Congratulations to Shohei Ohtani from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
One of many honors this offseason for the great Shohei Ohtani, the first player in history with 50 homers, 50 stolen bases in a season, and he led the National League in numerous offensive categories. Shohei Ohtani, your Edgar Martinez Award winner for Best DH in the sport.
DH という役割の常識を覆す歴史的なシーズンを送った大谷選手。そして翌2025年、5年連続受賞の授与式でエドガー・マルティネス氏はこう語りました。
Now, let's give it up for one of the best to ever do it at that position and the namesake of our next award, Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez.
Hello, Las Vegas. It is always an honor to present the award that bears my name, the Edgar Martinez Outstanding Designated Hitter of the Year. I know how tough it is to make hitting look easy. But this year's winner didn't just make it look easy. He made it look legendary. For the 5th consecutive time, the winner is Shohei Ohtani. And Shohei, thanks for making me glad they named this award after a hitter, not a pitcher too. My best to you. Congratulations.
Edgar Martinez Outstanding Designated Hitter Award. Shohei Ohtani.DH
として毎年この賞を取り続けながら、同時にピッチャーとしても圧倒的な成績を残している大谷選手。そんな異次元の状況にマルティネス氏本人も苦笑いするしかなかったのでしょう。自分の名を冠した賞の授与者が受賞者の凄さに笑うしかない。殿堂入り DH からのこれ以上ない称賛ですね。 JD マルティネス氏、強打の DH として5度のシルバースラッガー賞を受賞した強打者です。特に打者としての技術は現在も高く評価されており、 DH というポジションを代表するバッターの一人として知られています。2024年、大谷選手は DH として史上初の MVP 受賞を果たしました。ただ、マルティネス氏にとってこの議論は人事ではありません。自身も DH として5度のシルバースラッガー賞を獲得しながら、守備をしないという理由で常に評価の上限を感じてきた選手だからです。当事者としてDH が MVP を取るべきかどうかという問いに正面から向き合った2024年9月のコメントをご覧ください。
I'm sure you're partial, but there has been a movement for Francisco Lindor to be considered MVP over Shohei Ohtani in his record season. I think it's fair. It's a hard case to make, but what does he bring each day and something that the fan doesn't see that makes him truly the most valuable player in the league?
I mean, for me, it was, his ability that he plays the prime position. He plays shortstop. I was in the same situation as Ohtani was in 2018. I mean, I didn't hit 50-50, but I was one of the best hitters in the game, that year.
Yep.
And that was a very tough time, kind of understanding that, I had Mookie there playing, right field, and he's out there every day playing, and playing defensively, and it's kind of the same situation for him. I mean, what Ohtani has going for him is he did something in baseball that no one's ever done.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was going to take to win it as a DH. I think he went out there and he broke baseball, pretty much, you know?
But as an elite hitter, would you say on the record, JD, that playing defense matters and you shouldn't win MVP by just hitting?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that because, you know, you shouldn't, you know, like I'm kind of biased to it because I do think that a hitter, a pure hitter can and should be able to win the MVP. I just think we have to do so much more.
DH として最高のキャリアを積んだマルティネス氏が同じポジションの選手としての複雑な立場を正直に認めながらも大谷選手だけが達成した数字の前には答えは一つだと示した。これ以上に重みのある証言はないでしょう。ジャンカルロ・スタントン選手、ヤンキースの主砲として知られる大型スラッガーです。2017年に59本塁打を記録して MVP を受賞した怪物打者であり、大谷選手とは2024年のワールドシリーズで相まみえた経験を持ちます。ドジャースと対戦することが決まった2024年10月、スタントン選手はこう語っていました。
When you look at this Dodger team, what do you think of some of the star power they have?
It's a solid lineup, solid roster overall. So yeah, it'll be a fun, tough battle. And yeah.
What do you admire about Shohei?
It's what he's able to do on the baseball field. No one's seen before, especially at this day and age. So yeah, that's just been incredible.
Giancarlo, when you look at this rivalry and this matchup, particularly, has the public's attention and has everyone talking about it? What about you, Yankees, Dodgers?
I mean, it doesn't get bigger than this in our sport. So. Yeah, it's everything you dream for in a matchup and everything you want, and obviously the media would want. But at the end of the day, we're both going for a World Series, so I don't think either of us really care who's the opponent. You know, there's just one goal.
When you found out it would be the Dodgers, what was the first thought that went through your mind?
Turn off my phone. No, just another cool moment, another experience to the story, to the career, and yeah, fun battle.
対戦相手として大谷選手を分析したはずが、思わずこぼれた驚嘆の言葉。携帯の電源を切るという冗談交じりのコメントからも、ドジャース戦がいかに特別な意味を持っていたかが伝わってきましたね。そして2025年のオフ、コロンビアでのファンイベントに参加したスタントン選手、子供たちとの会話の中で印象的な発言がありましたのでご覧ください。
Hey, how we doing? How we doing? Thank you. Boom, nice. Whoa, nice. Oh.
You or Shohei Ohtani?
I can't pitch, so we know the answer to that.
怪物スラッガーが子供の無邪気な質問に笑いながら降参宣言。走れて投げれる Dh なんて聞いたことない。スタントン選手自身、そのことを誰より理解しているのかもしれませんね。カイル・シュワーバー選手、大谷選手と同じなリーグで戦う、まさにライバル関係にある選手です。本塁打王争い、MVP 投票、OPS 上位、毎年同じ争いの中で顔を合わせるシュワーバー選手が、大谷選手についてどう語るのかご覧ください。
Do you guys all know that the Shohei thing is good for baseball, like other players around the league? How do you guys view the Shohei experience?
Yeah, I mean, you don't see this. It's just something you just don't see, right? Where there's a guy who can, you know, be an ace, right, and be one of the best hitters in the league. You just don't see it, and I think that you have to be able to, you know, obviously when you're playing against it, right, like you're like rooting against it because you don't want him to have any success because we're trying to win. But you know, when you're able to kind of step back and look from it from afar, you go, man, this is really cool to see a guy who can do two really things that are so hard to do in the game. You know, everyone puts their energy and their effort towards one thing, right? And they try to be the best as they can be at it. Now, trying to do it at two things, where it's offense and defense on the pitching side, and you're trying to create new pitches, things like that. Like it's just baffling me. It's wild. So like that's why you enjoy it. It's pretty cool to see.
ライバルから出た言葉だからこそ、この言葉の重みが違います。競い合う立場でありながら、どうしても感嘆してしまう。それが現役選手たちの大谷選手への正直な感情なのかもしれませんね。さて、いかがでしたか？今回は DH というポジションを極めたレジェンドたちと、今まさに大谷選手と同じフィールドで戦う現役選手たちの証言をお届けしました。共通していたのは、大谷選手を前にした降参の言葉です。殿堂入りの打者が自分のルーティンだけで精一杯だったと言い、MVP 受賞者が投げられないから答えはわかるよねと笑い、現役のライバルが頭おかしいくらいすごいと舌を巻く。これほど多くのレジェンドが声を揃えて前例がないと語る選手は、野球の長い歴史の中でも大谷選手だけでしょう。 DH は走れなくていい、 DH は打つだけでいい、そんな常識を大谷選手は壊し続けているのです。最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。